Okay, so this video is going to be the testimony of Shannon Jaquette. She is the policy analyst for the Texas Catholic Conference of Bishops, and she is testifying on behalf of HB 2337. That is a bill by Stephanie Click. She's the chair of the Health Committee of the Texas House, and she has a 100% pro-life rating. So Ms. Jaquette starts in the beginning of the video. She defines abortion as the intentional killing of a distinct human person and acknowledges the inherent dignity of the preborn baby. But she goes on to plead to reduce the harm to women as much as possible when they murder this baby, at least until all people recognize their dignity. She also says that any federal deregulation of abortion-inducing drugs will gut the protections in Texas. So this is an approval for further regulating of abortion. This is what we mean when we say that we are not misrepresenting the pro-life movement, when we say that they're in favor of abortion regulations which keep it legal. She argues that human traffickers and abusers may get their hands on this medication if it is not regulated. And while that is a possibility, I would like to point out that this is a way that they pull at the heartstrings of people who are not in favor or do not approve of abortion. They say, but she's a victim. So while it's true that trafficking and abuse really do happen, if we really cared about protecting women at all, abortion, which enables trafficking and abuse, would not be an option. The legality of abortion solidifies the idea that preborn human beings are disposable waste, and further victimizes women of trafficking and abuse by legally sanctioning the murder of their own children. There has to be a better way that victims of trafficking and abuse can be helped than condoning the taking of the life of their own child. We would never offer the same solution for victims of trafficking with born children, helping them by letting their children be murdered so that they can continue to be trafficked and abused. She notes also that the truth that abortion hurts fathers, husbands, aunts, uncles, grandparents, and the entire world. So why again are we regulating abortion to keep it safer for the person seeking to do the killing? Abortion does have the collateral damage of hurting others, but these people have lost sight of the fact that it not only hurts people, but most importantly, it murders a human person with worth and dignity, made in the image of God. These laws elevate the murderer above the victim. She says that the tragedy of the loss of human life would be compounded by the loss of or harm to the mother. And the statement sounds so nice and compassionate on the surface. None of us would want anyone to be harmed. This is the logic that fuels the confusion that persons who murder should not face prosecution. No harm, no punishment, no debt to society is in the case of all other forms of homicide. This one form of murder gets the free pass as long as the mother consented to the murder. She says we answer the call to love them both today, to have compassion for the mother and child. So I want you to ask yourself, how? Listen to this testimony very carefully and keep in the front of your mind, how does this pro-life bill answer the call to have compassion on the murdered child? She follows up with her own answer, and it's in direct contradiction of having compassion for the baby. This is about the greater protection and respect for the lives of women seeking abortion. So I'll leave you with this. Think about why in our society these homicidal mothers have earned greater respect and protection. We cannot, as Ms. Jaquette suggests, wait until the day comes that people recognize the dignity of the person. In fact, that will never happen as long as we continue to have bills such as HB 2337 by Stephanie Click. These laws instruct us not to have compassion, protection, or respect for the dignity and value of these distinct human persons that bear the image of God. These laws instruct us not to love them both. These laws instruct us in showing partiality, putting the value of one person above and over another. This is evil. It's a lie. As Christians, we cannot support these evil laws or any person or organization that promotes them. Regulations that seek to make abortion safer also make abortion acceptable and will make it increasingly difficult to bring abortion to an end. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Shannon Jaquette, and I am the policy analyst at the Texas Catholic Conference of Bishops, testifying in support of HB 2337, the Chemical Abortion Safety Protocol. I want to be clear from the outset that no abortion is safe. Every abortion is the intentional killing of an innocent human person. Until the day comes, however, where all people recognize the innate dignity of the human person from conception, Texas is called on to reduce the harm to women seeking abortion as much as possible. HB 2337 will codify in Texas statute the current FDA risk evaluation and mitigation strategy, known as REMS, which were put in place by the Clinton administration that recognized the potential harmful effects of chemical abortion on women's health. Any federal deregulation of abortion-inducing drugs will gut the protections in Texas, resulting in an increase in the complications of this type of abortion. Moreover, these drugs would become readily accessible to individuals who desire to end a woman's pregnancy without her consent, such as human traffickers and abusive family members or partners. The effort to remove these regulations is also an attempt by the abortion industry to characterize the decision to end a pregnancy as no more consequential than taking an antibiotic to cure an infection. The mindset is emblematic of what Pope Francis refers to as our throwaway culture and what St. Pope John Paul II referred to as a culture of death, a culture in which profits are placed before the health and safety of women and the unborn. While we often talk about the emotional and psychological harm that mothers can endure after abortion, we must remember that abortion also hurts fathers, husbands, brothers, sisters, grandparents, and aunts and uncles. The child is lost to everyone in a family, and in the broader human family, the world loses a unique human being, a tragedy that would be compounded by the loss of or harm to the mother. As you have heard from previous witnesses, the complications due to chemical abortion can be devastating. This bill seeks to reduce physical harm by ensuring the original federal protocols for chemical abortion are protected in Texas statute. In the pro-life movement, we often hear the expression, love them both, a call to extend compassion to both mother and child. We answer that call today by voicing our support of this bill, which offers greater protection and respect for the lives of women seeking abortion. Thank you.